let's look at some more of my DVDs. Ahoy hoy everybody, and welcome to the next in my DVD collection videos. Moving on to the second half of the first shelf. If you haven't watched the first few parts and you're interested, they're available on a playlist. Basically I'm just showing you my collection, maybe explaining why I've bought them. But we'll move straight on, and first up we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This is a 1972 version starring Fiona Fullerton as Alice. Great cast: Peter Sellers, Michael Crawford, Dudley Moore, Spike Milligan, Michael Hordern, Ralph Richardson. Music by John Barry. It's really good. I really like Alice in Wonderland. I think it films really well. I've got lots of different versions of it, and this is a very good one. So that's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Next we have Strictly Come Dancing, the live tour. This is the tour from 2010. So that's got Austin Healey, Kelly Brook, Mark Ramprakash, Ali Bastian, Natalie Cassidy. I enjoy these basically. I love Strictly. If you've watched my favourite TV shows video, you'll have seen that it's one of my 10 favourite TV shows. And did go to one of the live tours, which is on, I think I have a DVD of, that possibly will be seen in a minute. But I'll pick up all the releases because I really enjoy watching them. This is Contact. Excellent film starring Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. Quite well known, so you're probably familiar with it. But yeah, very good film, Contact. This is Doom, based on a video game, starring The Rock. He was still credited as The Rock then, rather than Dwayne. Also Carl Urban. And the main reason, apart from the fact that I enjoyed the game, the main reason I picked it up is it's got Rosamund Pike in it, who I very much like. It's not a great film. I can't remember much about it, to be honest. I've only watched it once. But I think it was, you know, sort of an enjoyable little romp. Had some stick in following previous videos about the nature of some of my collection. This is Porkys and Porkys 2. I think most people are aware of Porkys, and the nature of it is basically a sex comedy. Remarkably little nudity in them, given the subject, but it certainly has an infamy. But the first film's very good, the second one's not so great, but I very much enjoyed the first one. This is a 2-disc special edition of Peter Jackson's King Kong, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, and I very much enjoyed. Here's another of those type of films. This is A Passion for Murder, starring the lovely Shauna O'Brien, before she ruined herself by putting lumps of plastic in her chest. Yes, and erotic drama, thriller, more of a drama I think this one. Yes. This is Cradle of Fear, British horror anthology. Quite fun, pretty low budget but enjoyable. Main reason for purchase of this is the lovely Emily Booth. Here we have another Strictly Live show. Yes, this is a tour I went to see, although I didn't see this actual show. But this was Zoe Ball, Letitia Dean, Matt D'Angelo, Darren Goff, Denise Lewis, Louisa Lytton, James Martin and Christopher Parker were the celebrities on this one. Another horror, Lake Placid 3. They're very... quite schlocky, maybe is a word to describe them, but they're just fun, enjoyable films about killer sharks basically. This one has got, is this the one with, trying to remember why I bought this one. Who's in this one? I think this is the one with and her name's just gone, Roxanne Pallet, getting naked. So that's why I bought that one. Chicken Run, love the Aardman films, particularly Nick Park's ones. Chicken Run, I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's just a great film. This is The Aristocrats. This is a documentary done by Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller. Aristocrats is a joke, and it's a joke that's very flexible in how you tell it. It can be pretty straight, or it can be extremely rude. You could sort of put your own twist on it and make it as clean or as dirty as you like. And this is a documentary basically where we got 100 different comics to tell the joke in their own style. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's interesting as a comedy fan. It's a good documentary. This is a brilliant film, Factory Girl, starring the lovely Sienna Miller, also Hayden Christensen, Jimmy Fallon, Mina Savari, Guy Pearce. It's about Edie Sedgwick, who was part of Andy Warhol's factory gang. It's her life story, but it's a brilliant film. Sienna is amazing in it. Pretty Woman, you all know Pretty Woman. Saw this in the cinema, always enjoyed it. I think it's Julia at her best. It's Pretty Woman. It's Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, very funny film. Actually only got this and saw it for the first time after I'd seen the musical, and I enjoyed the musical so much I wanted to go back and find the source material, so I picked this up and enjoyed it very much. A big fan of Steve Martin in his early funny roles, as they call them. But yes, this is Shogun Assassin, which is Japanese, I think it's Japanese, might be Hong Kong. I'm going to say Japanese. If I'm wrong, don't shoot me. Film I saw years ago, probably when I was too young to actually watch it, on a bootleg video I think it was that a friend had. It's full of gore and violence, so I've basically picked up the DVD for nostalgia's sake. It didn't live up to its memory, but I know some people love this. There's actually a series of films, Lone Wolf and the Assassin or something like that, and this is sort of an English dub of one of those. Another excellent film by one of my favourite directors, Brian De Palma's The Black Dahlia, based on a true crime story from the 40s in Hollywood. Really good film, excellent cast. Aaron Eckhart, Josh Hartnett, Mia Kirshner, who I adore, Scarlett Johansson, Hilary Swank. It's just really good film. This is Short Bus. This is a Canadian film, sexually explicit, about characters and I was trying to describe it. Describe it on my back and see if I can. No, that doesn't really help. Google it. It's a good little film, very sexy. This is Jay and Silent Bob Do Degrassi The Next Generation, signed by Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is a huge fan of Degrassi Junior High, and when the Next Generation series started, he managed to nab an appearance in 3 episodes, I think it is. He shoots. Yeah, it's a sort of he plays himself at directing a Jay and Silent Bob film at Degrassi's high school prom, I think, or just at the school. Long time since I watched it, but yes, big fan of Kevin Smith, so I picked it up, bought it directly from his web store, the Secret Stash. But as usual with Kevin's stuff, full of extras and everything, and I remember enjoying it. More Kevin Smith, and this is again signed by Kevin. Clerks 2, again bought from the Secret Stash. Really love the film, just as much as I, possibly even more than the first one, because it has the added bonus of Rosario Dawson in it. But brilliant film, brilliant DVD. Yep, excellent. Another of my favourite directors, Paul Verhoeven. This is after he left Hollywood for Wonderland. This was his first comeback film made in the Netherlands. It's in Dutch, German and English. Really good film. Surname's gone from me. Carice Van Houten. Carice Van Houten, that's right, isn't it? I've met her. Come on, I should know this. Yes, Carice Van Houten is the lead. She plays a spy during wartime, basically. But yeah, really good film. This is a film I absolutely loved. It's silly. There's no depth to it, but it's just fun. That's popcorn. Jodie Albert from Hollyoaks is the lead, together with Jack Ryder, who was in EastEnders. It's basically just set in a cinema, but excellent supporting cast. Andrew Lee Potts, Laura Aikman, Casey Barnfield, Sophie Anderton's got a little role in it. I say, it's just fun, it's sexy, it's just, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I told Andrew Lee Potts that I enjoyed it when I met him, and he said it was a piece of shit, but I like it. It's one of Zalman King's, director of 9.5 Weeks. This is one of his erotic thrillers. This is Wild Orchid, starring Mickey Rourke and Carrie Otis. It's not a great film, but Carrie is gorgeous. You're starting to sense a pattern here, aren't you? This is Alyssa Milano in Embrace of a Vampire, which is a vampire film, also starring Martin Kemp and Charlotte Lewis and Jennifer Tilly, and it's quite sexy again. This is US DVD containing both widescreen and full screen versions of the film, plus unrated and R-rated versions. So there's 4 versions. It's a double-sided disc if memory serves. Yeah, but it's fun. This is Sacred Flesh, which is a British low-budget sexy horror film set in a nunnery. Again, I think Emily Booth has got a small part in this, and that's why I got it, but I might be misremembering. But it's silly nonsense, but it's enjoyable, and lots of lovely women in it. This is a compilation. When I used to work at a post office, sold DVDs for a while, and we've had quite a few of these compilations of multiple films. I think it was something like £2 for 4 films. So this has got With Friends Like These, Mutant, Boggy Creek 2 and Ripper. The main reason I wanted to get this was for Ripper, which has got Kelly Brook in it, and Jürgen Prochnow, or however you pronounce his name, and Bruce Payne. The other films I know I've watched, but couldn't for the life of you tell me how good they are. Not really any names. I think Wings Hauser in Mutants is the biggest name, and he's hardly a big name. But yeah, Ripper's a quite good little film. A couple more for this video, or 3 more. Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, the first Austin Powers film. Love Austin Powers. This is the US DVD. I bought this and got it before it was even in the cinemas over here. But yeah, really good. So the first Scary Movie. So if you don't know, these are parodies of horror films. Scream, Blair Witch, that sort of thing that was around at the time. Good cast. Shannon Elizabeth, Carmen Electra, Marlon Wayans. The Wayans brothers wrote them and directed. it's just one of those fun, silly, Airplane-esque parody films. And finally for this video, this is Norma Jean and Marilyn, which was a TV movie, I believe, about the life of Marilyn Monroe, and it's done quite cleverly with Ashley Judd playing Norma Jean, the young Marilyn, and Mira Sorvino playing Marilyn Monroe, the movie star. But yeah, very good, very enjoyable. I love Marilyn Monroe. If you've watched my box sets one, you've seen most of her films box set. So that'll do for part, what are we on, 5 I think it is. I'm going to stop saying which part it is I think after this video before I lose track, but 15 minutes seems long enough. So next part will be second half of that shelf. Thanks for watching. As I say, you can catch up on old ones on the playlist, subscribe, like, comment, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.